Hey everyone, Horseman here, and the PTR is now ready for us to test. And right now, it looks like we got some interesting new features that are going to be available with Season 10. One of such is going to be the Armory, and the other is going to be the ability to have all of your crafting materials in one tidy little spot. So let's get into the game, shall we? Alright folks, in your camps you'll find a large armoire, and inside of it, when you click on it, you'll see a few tabs where you can essentially save your current settings of whatever build it is that you want to save. So whatever build you're wearing right there, to include the gems, the legendary gems, the equipment, where they're at, everything will be saved. Kind of like a little snapshot that you can always go back to later on. And I'll give a brief demonstration. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and prepare, and in doing so I'm going to take out a few gems. I'm going to go ahead and just mess things up a little bit. But one thing you'll notice also here is that there's no more costs for unsocketing gems, which is awesome. Now granted, it wasn't a whole lot, but when you were first starting a season, it could add up very, very quickly. So anyway, I'm going to jack up stuff real quick. I'm just going to choose random stuff. Other YouTubers also did the same thing to just kind of show you how this whole thing works. And what I'm going to do is after the end of this, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to equip that build that I had saved to show you how this works. But there's one thing that I discovered that I thought was pretty neat. Inside, you'll see that I also have certain legendary gems of a certain level. And you don't see any of those in my inventory right now. You don't see any legendary gems in my inventory. So that's the build that I had saved. Let's go ahead and equip it. And you'll notice that everything's back to the way it was, but it also swapped out my legendary gems for the best gems that I had in my stash. Now that I thought was absolutely fantastic. Something to think about. Of course, the practical use for this is to be able to swap out builds when you're either in a group for support or even just farming. Alright, two things real quick. One, we now have a tab for all of our mats. So it is going to be treated like a currency. We're going to pick it up and it's going to bring it up as a currency, and we can also use it to autofill into Kanai's Cube whenever we're using it. So why am I here right now to show you this real quick is because I want to see if I can get one of the new item types, the new Primal Ancient. So before we had Legendary, Ancient Legendary, and now we have Primal Legendary. So let's check it out. Boom. Second try, I got that Primal Legendary. I don't know if my chances were just a little bit higher because this is PTR or if I was just that lucky, but this is an example of a Primal Legendary. You'll see the new border around it. It's got the Diablo head up the top along with that red border. It also looks slightly different inside chat. When you link it, it's going to have 3 sets of brackets as opposed to the 2 for the Legendary. So now we have a whole new grind fest ahead of us, but of course with the extra 30% on top of the ancient legendaries, which were already 30% more than the regular legendaries, we're looking at probably being able to push higher, greater rifts. It's great, yes, not so great, because, well, now you're having to grind out even more gear. One of the things that I was really hoping that we'd see is a whole new classification of the item, something like, I don't know, Nephilim Artifact, where you get the item, you can only equip one item, and what would be awesome with that is that you kind of build it up like with experience. As you get experience, it starts to unlock different traits that go above and beyond what your normal character could do, like a whole new abilities that, again, that proc with your attacks, or perhaps, you know, greater attack speed or invulnerability or something along those lines that can help you to push super high, greater risks, but also add that, hey, whether you get this item or not, it's not going to affect your build, but you can kind of encompass this type of thing in your build. I don't know. It's just an idea. It's something that I was tinkering around with.
want to do with it? Very well.
Here's what your Primal Ancient will look like when it shows up in chat after you link it. If you haven't realized already, gems are not going to be stackable just like other materials for crafting. I mean, it only makes sense because you have to kind of physically put them in and take them out of your equipment. One other key feature about this new patch is the fact that we no longer have to worry about where the bonus cache is going to be. So if you need mats from Act 5, but the bonus cache is over Act 1, you no longer have to go through every single one of them until you get to Act 5 in order to get those bonus materials. That was always a bummer in the past. It was one of the things that annoyed me greatly because I'd always ever just need onesies or twosies for whatever reason. And so they did away with that. So now every time you finish an act, you're going to get a large Haragic treasure. And in it is going to drop the maximum amount of mats. So that makes it much, much easier. And I'll show you what that looks like right now. Just like always, you're going to finish all 5 of those bounties. You're going to turn it in, and you're going to get that large cache that you see in my inventory right there. And you're just going to open it just like you would your other caches. But rather than getting 2, you're just going to get this 1, and you're going to get all the mats you need from it. Now, right there, I'm on Torment 10, and I got 10 of those pieces for this particular act. So, and that's how it's going to work out. I think it's a much better system. What do you think? Opening up the map will reveal no extra bonus caches. It even tells you in the bottom right hand corner. Yay! Alright, that's all I really wanted to show off for right now. I will be doing more of the PTR later. If you like this video, please throw it a like and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching. Horseman out.